All right. Hey there, guys. All right. Um, I think it's pretty clear that you guys really just need to see a lot of examples of these types of problems. So I'm going to try and make these as clear as I possibly can. I would love to start seeing some people join some meetings, some Zoom meetings with me to try and go over these because these are going to be hard when we get to the PFAs. Once you feel like you have a good grasp on this type of problem, you're welcome to try the PFA. I'm going to say this. There are two equations that you need to have written down on a piece of paper next to you for this PFA. The first one is this right here. It is arc length over 2 pi r equals central angle over 360. That is one of your equations. The other equation is this. It is similar but different. And this one is sector area over pi r squared equals central angle over 360. Those are your two equations. A huge part of this is figuring out which equation to use and what to plug into the equations. So let's read our question here. A circle has a radius of 3 feet. What is the arc length subtended by a central angle of 90 degrees? Biggest keyword is arc length. Because arc length is what they're asking for, that means I'm going to use the blue equation. You should go ahead and write both of the equations down. And oops, let's go. Go ahead and write both equations down and have them on a piece of paper next to you. But I right now am going to use the blue one to do my work here. Yeah, wasn't it? And then the orange one can kind of get drug over to the side. Okay, so I'm looking for arc length. Because I'm looking for it, that means it is my x. This says radius, so I know that 3 is going to be my r. And I've got a central angle of 90 degrees. That's my central angle. Okay, so when I go to rewrite this, instead of arc length, I'm going to plug in x because that's what I'm trying to find. So I'm going to have x right there. Instead of r, I'm going to plug in 3. So that's going to go there where my r is at. 2 times pi times 3. I'll put that in parentheses to show that we plugged it in. And instead of my central angle, I'm going to have 90, and that's going to go right there. So I'm going to have 90 over 360. Okay, we need to do some simplification, and I'm going to write something big and obnoxious here, okay? Well, that's interesting. How did that turn blue? That's funny. Let's get rid of this. Oops, like that. Delete. All right, big and obnoxious. Leave the pi. Don't put in 3.14. The answers are all going to be in terms of pi. Do not put in the 3.14. This is what we want. We want the pi. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to rewrite real quickly, and I'm going to say x over, and I'm going to multiply 2 times 3. So x over 6 pi is equal to, now, in this case, you could certainly reduce. This is a great spot to reduce. 90 over 360 will reduce to 1 over 4 if you divide the top and bottom both by 90. Some of you guys are not as comfortable with reducing fractions, so I'm just going to leave it as 90 over 360 because you can certainly do that as well, and you'll still get the correct answer, okay? That is totally up to you. Now, this is the point where we need to cross multiply. So actually, I'm just going to stay in blue. So I'm going to have top times bottom. So 90 times 6, and remember that means times pi, so I'll put them all in there like that, is going to be equal to 360x. Now, 90 times 6 I need to do on the calculator, so let's go ahead and open up the calculator real quick. Where are you, calculator? We're going to go 90 times 6. That's going to be 540. So I've got 540 pi equals 360x. Now, I'm going to put a note in here to sort of guide you. Get x by itself. I know that sometimes some of you guys that are a little bit less comfortable with algebra, you get a little bit lost in the middle of this. And I want you to remember that the whole point is to get x by itself. That's the whole point of all of this, okay? Right now, x isn't by itself. There's 360 with it, so I'm going to divide by 360. Now, this is messy, all right? I've got 540 pi divided by 360. Now, we can certainly simplify this, okay? I'm betting that if I divide by like 180 maybe, I could definitely just divide by 9. Let's do that. If I divide both sides by 90, right? So I'm going to go 540 divided by 90, and I'm going to go 360 divided by 90. So what do we get there? I'm just going to use my phone calculator. You guys, 540 divided by 90 is 6. 360 divided by 90 is 4. Okay, I can actually divide those again. So I'm going to divide that by 2. I'm going to divide that by 2. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So ultimately, this is going to be 3 pi over 2. So that's this answer right here. Now, I want to show you guys another trick real quick. If you hate simplifying fractions, I'm going to show you a trick. You just got to stick with me, okay? Now, all of these have a pi in them, right? So look, pi, 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 pi. Okay, I get it. Pi is there for all of them, okay? If you don't like simplifying fractions, don't. All I want you to do, and I'll show you on my calculator, I want you to do 540 divided by 360. 540 divided by 360. 1.5. So watch. This is the same as 1.5 pi because 540 divided by 360 is 1.5. What you can do is you can go in here and you can do each of these fractions in your calculator. Okay, so I'm just going to do it on mine real quick so we can go fast. But 2 divided by 3 is 0.66. 1 divided by 4 is 0.25. 6 is just 6. And 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. So without messing with reducing fractions, you can actually still figure this question out because you can see that 1.5 and 1.5 match up. So whether you reduce your fractions or whether you just put them into your calculator, that ends up being your correct answer, okay? I know there's a lot of work here. I try to go slow. Please rewind if you need to. And if you have questions, please, please, please send me your Mr. Hayden email or sign up for a help session. That's all for now. Good luck with today's homework assignment.